First of all, I want to congratulate Minister Fable Williams, not just on this event, but her new position as Minister of Education and Information, and also welcome State Minister Robert Nestor Morgan. I think this is a very exciting time to be in charge of an education ministry, so I want to give you all of our support and wish you all the best. This pandemic and this time in Jamaica's history is fascinating on so many levels. And this forum, which focuses on innovation and education, couldn't come at a better time because we're all in it right now. Children are online learning at home while parents are at home working. And we've made that adjustment because we had to make that adjustment. I'm hoping that this forum will delve very deeply into what is needed in the event that this becomes the new normal for education. The responses so far have been to the emergency, so teachers have had to adjust, schools have had to adjust, but we know that according to the Ministry of Education itself, some 30,000 children weren't able to learn during this pandemic time because they had no access to the internet and broadband and connectivity. So dealing with the digital divide is one of those challenges that I think needs to be dealt with in this forum, as well as dealing with all of the elements in what I would describe as building a hybrid approach to education, meaning a teacher, technology, student, and involving distance, and what does that entail and what does it involve, and how can we optimize the outcomes for the children who have to learn in this way. We have learned a lot in the last 27 weeks working from home and adjusting to having to work with technology across the board, not just in education, but in every sphere of our lives. So I think the question to be answered is, what support can we provide for teachers? What do they need? What do they need on the pedagogical side to boost their ability to deliver good educational training over the internet, while at the same time holding on to what they do best, which is teach. And so that the children of Jamaica, and not just Jamaica, but around the world, are getting more out of this type of interaction. So teachers also need that support to be able to build psychosocial skills to deal with our children in a way that's caring, consistently caring, and reinforcing of children's talent. So I want to, just mention that if we look at this maybe in three different buckets: one, support for teachers, the pedagogical aspects of it. What do they need? What support they need to be able to teach effectively in a distance environment? What do they need, not just in terms of equipment and technology, but extra skills to do this, because it doesn't come naturally to everybody? What are we expecting of our children in this learning environment? We know, for example, from the work that Capri did with UNICEF, that during COVID, children's screen time went from on average 3.1 hours a day to 6.8 hours a day. So we know that a lot of children had access to online learning, but again, back to the 30,000 kids who didn't have access to learning, what happened to that subset of kids? This is where I think technology can help, because having access to the internet and having access to technology can actually level the playing field if we deliver on one set of instructions, one curriculum that is focused on the best teaching methods anywhere, everywhere, so that all children have access to that. And I think sometimes we underestimate how important our teachers are to our children's development. And we know that sometimes teachers are the first responders in terms of taking note of when children are suffering, whether it's psychological abuse, whether it's physical abuse, whether it's sexual abuse. sometimes the teacher is the first to pick it up. So there's a lot in this, and when we talk about innovation, it's not just the fact that we're doing this over a digital platform, but how can we really unleash the potential of the teacher on the one hand, the potential of the child on the other hand, the role of the family in the middle, to make sure that all Jamaican children have access to the best possible learning ever. And finally, I want to say the IDB is really pleased to see that the new administration has placed education very high on the agenda, including wanting to construct, build, and operate 6 STEM related schools, which will involve technology and science as a specialty in 6 schools around Jamaica. Secondly, the school dedicated to the performing arts is another, I think, very positive aspect of what the government's intentions are in education, and of course the whole focus on digitization and bringing technology and broadband across the whole island. I think this is a very exciting agenda for innovation, and the IDB looks forward to helping Jamaica realize these goals, and of course we look forward to helping every Jamaican child thrive and prosper in this new environment. Thank you very much.